Hey there. So think about any big company. You've got countless different departments, offices, servers, all over the place. For any of that to actually work, they all have to communicate with each other, and they have to do it securely. So how do you get them to trust each other? Well, that's what we're going to unpack today. The digital handshake that makes it all possible.
I mean, really think about it for a second. You log into your computer in the morning, right? And then you can just access a file from a totally different department's server or send a print job to a machine on another floor, and you never have to log in again. How does the network know it's still you?
The secret sauce behind all of that is a concept called a trust. Now, the official definition is right there on the screen, but what does it really mean? Well, a trust is basically a pre-approved agreement between different parts of the network or domains. It's like the sales department makes a deal with the marketing department. So when a salesperson needs a file, marketing systems can go, "Yep, we know you, you're good," without any extra hassle. It's the absolute foundation for teamwork on a network.
But this slick system of cooperation didn't just pop into existence. It actually had to evolve from something much, much more rigid and limited. The history here is pretty interesting, actually.
Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. Just look at the contrast here. In the old days, with Windows NT, trusts were a total headache. They were a one-way street. That means if domain A trusted domain B, it did not automatically mean B trusted A back. You had to set that up completely separately. And they were non-transitive, which is a fancy way of saying if A trusted B and B trusted C, A had absolutely no idea who C was. But today, it's a whole different ballgame. Trusts are two-way and transitive by default, which lets us create these huge interconnected forests where trust just flows naturally.
And that one idea, transitivity, was the big one. It was the game changer. This simple concept is what blew the doors wide open and allowed for the massive enterprise networks that we all rely on today, and completely changed the scale of what was even possible.
And here's exactly how it works. It's really just simple logic. If the US branch of a company trusts the UK branch, and the UK branch trusts the Japan branch, then voila, the US branch automatically trusts the Japan branch. You don't have to go in and create a special direct connection. The trust just flows right down the chain, which makes the whole system so much easier to manage and scale up.
So we get the concept, right? But what's actually happening on a technical level to make this digital handshake work? Let's pop the hood for a second and take a quick look at the mechanics that are powering all these trust relationships.
It pretty much boils down to two main protocols. Kerberos is the modern standard, the default. When you log in, it's like you're given a special ticket. And whenever you want to access something else on the network, you just show that ticket. It proves you are who you say you are. It's super fast and secure. NTLM, on the other hand, that's the older backup plan. It's only really used if a system is too old or just can't use Kerberos for some reason. So think of it as the main highway and the old bumpy side road.
So how does the network keep track of all these deals and agreements? Well, it uses something called a trusted domain object, or a TDO. And don't let the name intimidate you. You can just think of it as the official digital contract. It's this little object stored in the system that defines the whole relationship. It spells out all the rules. Is it transitive? Who's on the other side of the deal? It's what makes that handshake official and binding.
Okay, so we've gone through the history, we've peeked at the tech, but let's bring this all back to that question we started with. Why does any of this matter to you? Well, because this entire system is the invisible foundation that makes your modern workday even possible. And here's where it all comes together. Every single time you log in once and then just seamlessly access everything you need for the rest of the day, that's a trust working in the background for you. When a huge global company can operate like one single unit, even though it's spread across continents, that's the magic of transitive trusts. And maybe most importantly, this isn't just about making life easier. It's a cornerstone of security. It creates clear, enforceable rules about who can get in and where. It means security has to be strong everywhere, because one weak link in that chain of trust could expose everyone.
So that brings us to the future. The way our networks are built is changing. We're moving from servers in the basement to the cloud. We're moving from one company login to all sorts of decentralized identities. The fundamental need for that digital handshake is never going away, but the way we do it, that's definitely going to have to adapt. So the real question is, what will that next evolution of trust even look like?